Hello, I'm Kevin Coleman, Westland State Representative in Lansing, but I live right here in Westland at Wayne and Cherry Hill. I'm 40 years old, and I've lived in Westland for almost 30 years. When Mayor Wild resigned earlier this year, it occurred to me that the city needs someone with experience and a great track record of results to take the helm in the mayor's office. And I believe that I'm that someone, as I'm the only candidate with state government and local experience on my resume. We must choose wisely, as this election will have an effect on our city for years to come. I have a lifelong commitment to Westland, and that's why I decided to help our community through public service. That's why I ran for city council and was first elected here in Westland 10 years ago. As our councilman, I helped open a new community center, advocated for additional police officers to be hired, and expanded services for seniors. 5 years ago, I was elected to be our representative in Lansing, and I travel there every week to work hard on Westland's behalf and have never missed a day of work for you in the last 9 years. I'm the chairman of the Michigan Housing Committee and vice chairman of the Military and Veterans Affairs Committee. I'm proud to have repealed the senior pension tax, and I've brought back tens of millions of dollars in new funding for Westland, including an additional $12 million for our local schools, just this year alone, and $7 million for our Westland Fire Department. I'm running for mayor because I have very serious concerns about what is going on at City Hall, and I know it will take experienced leadership, someone who knows government and knows how to get results to address the challenges we're facing going forward. My opponent, who was appointed until the election, is not getting the job done. We have the lowest amount of police officers and firefighters we've ever had, and he's even using COVID emergency funds to plug holes in our city budget. Now, I don't usually take props to speeches when I make them, and I didn't today, but I'll tell you one thing, if I had my wallet here, I'd tell you to hold on to yours pretty tightly. My opponent is spending city money so recklessly that our budget would be in a deficit within 3 years, and there's been talk at City Hall of new taxes being levied on citizens. This is not the time for new taxes. I will be a mayor that understands that people are on fixed incomes, and we can't afford new taxes for huge political promises. My plan for Westland includes keeping taxes low and bringing in new business investment to grow our tax base. I've met with the owners of Westland Mall and have had early discussions about utilizing state grants and TIFA funds to prepare mixed-use development there, including medical, office, residential, restaurants, and other uses beyond just retail. Helping people is why I got involved in politics in the first place. I know you have to be a good listener to do the job, and helping others is one of the most important things you can do in this life. That's why I've worked hard on a plan to address the challenges we face, and my plan's already in motion. The reason we're getting 2 new state-of-the-art fire stations and a training facility is because of the work I've already done securing $7 million in state funding, and this includes purchasing top-notch life-saving equipment. This is just the beginning of what I will accomplish for our community as mayor. With the fire department receiving several million in new funding that I've secured, we now need to turn our focus to the police department. They are still underfunded and understaffed, and as our mayor, I will never do what others have done and defund the police. I will make neighborhood safety a top priority. My plan also shifts funding to offset very large costs to the city, which I will use for hiring more police officers and firefighters to keep us safe. My plan for Westland is already in motion, and that's why I'm asking you to vote for someone already addressing the needs of our community and getting us results, not someone with big campaign promises that have yet to materialize. Results and experience matter, and I'll continue to work hard to keep getting these kinds of results for all of us. Other pieces of the Coleman Plan are to ensure access to job opportunities by connecting high school graduates with trade schools and encourage entrepreneurship. We need to make our community more secure for all of us, and that means cracking down on neighborhood speeding and updating crosswalks and signage to reduce dangerous accidents. Up-to-date tree trimming, lawn cutting, expanding our recycling program, and a citywide infrastructure plan to reduce power outages and flooding are all going to be addressed not later, but right away. I've brought record funding back to Westland schools, and I plan to expand Westland's partnership with our schools so that families can be assured that our children have a safe and secure learning environment. Senior services such as group activities, transportation, and more access to our parks and city facilities will also be included. I'm looking forward to working with City Council to make Westland residents assured they live in a safe community with access to great public services, parks, our library, all while keeping taxes low. The biggest difference between my opponent and I is I'm just like you. I understand the difficulty in paying bills and the taxes that are high already that many in our community face. As the son of a nurse and UAW auto worker, I understand having to work hard to make ends meet. I will never waste our tax dollars for self-promotion or break the law to use city funds for campaign purposes. This has been my biggest disappointment in our current interim. I plan to make sure people in our community know they have someone at City Hall who's on their side and not beholden to the powers that be. This is why I'm working so hard to win this election, because I know you're counting on me, and I do not plan to let you down. I'm asking for your vote because Westland deserves the best of the best, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have already achieved great results for all of us. This is why so many local organizations and trusted elected officials have supported my candidacy. I'm endorsed by Wayne County Commissioner Glenn Anderson, who served our community for over 30 years, and he'll be advising me as I transition into the mayor's office. Councilman Jim Godbout, who served on city council for over 20 years, along with Councilman Peter Hersberg and Mike McDermott. Former Westland Mayor Gene McKinney, former candidate and retired Police Chief Ali Awadi. The UAW is 100% behind me, as they know I will always have their back. AFSCME State and City Employees Union. Multiple state senators and state representatives in the area are backing me. Our Wayne Westland teachers and school staff, retired firefighters and police officers have endorsed me. Operating engineers, laborers Local 1191, bricklayers and allied craft workers, International Bureau of Electrical Workers, and over a dozen more local, state, and county officials and elected groups. This election is about our city's future, and I hope you'll join me and support my vision for Westland. We have a great city with so much potential, but we have got a lot of work to do. That's why I need your vote on or before November 7th or by turning in your absentee ballot. You can read more about my plan, colemanformayor.com, visit my Facebook page, Kevin Coleman for Mayor, call me 734-751-6321, or email me, kevincolemancc@gmail.com. Your support means a lot to me, and this is not a task that I take lightly. I want to continue to work hard for you as our mayor. I'm Kevin Coleman, and I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Westland Mayor Michael P. Londo. It has been the honor of my lifetime serving as your mayor this past year for my hometown. I am humbled and honored to have received the highest number of votes in the primary election. This resounding victory is a testament to the progress we have made and our plans for an even brighter future. The trust and support I have received from the citizens of Westland inspires me to work even harder to serve our community. I am proud to have been able to keep our very talented team in Westland together to ensure that residents would feel no drop-off in service. No mayor can lead effectively without a strong and diverse team. This election just isn't about me. It's just as much about them, as we may lose many or all of these talented professionals with the change in leadership. My opponent plans to get rid of our staff that has over 600 years of municipal experience and bring in outsiders to change Westland. As part of my community engagement tour, I have been out daily, talking to the residents, actively listening to what you want. These conversations gave me a sense that residents want a mayor that can stay above the divisiveness that plagues the federal and state governments and social media platforms. They want a mayor that gets things done. They are also very happy with our team and the incredible progress we have made together working on your behalf. Our residents know they are one phone call away, and as your mayor, I always call them back. You know that. I strongly encourage you to watch my first annual State of the City address, which is airing on this very channel or can be viewed on the homepage of cityofwestland.com. Our theme was taking care of business, because in Westland, residents want a mayor that can take care of business. In that address, I showed you how. I'll mention a few highlights here. The approval of a balanced 3-year budget that preserves a rainy day fund balance of nearly $6.5 million with no tax increases. The saving of millions of dollars in pension fund payments by the city with the receipt of a grant in the amount of $26 million from the State of Michigan Department of Treasury. the upgrading of the police station and fleet to better protect the residents of Westland, the addition of 15 firefighters, thanks in part to the receipt of a federal firefighter SAFER grant in the amount of $5.7 million with no city match required, giving us 28 new firefighters since 2020. Building a brand new state-of-the-art fire station on the former Hawthorne Valley Golf Course, replacing the aging Station Number 2 on Merriman Road just south of Ann Arbor Trail. The launch of the highly successful Neighborhood Makeover 2.0 program with a record-breaking amount of $5 million invested in replacing deficient and hazardous sidewalks at no additional cost to homeowners. The program also includes the launch of a pilot speed hump program in 4 targeted areas to confront the rise of dangerous driving in Westland's neighborhoods. The return of the popular leaf pickup program with no additional cost to residents. In fact, trucks are out in your neighborhood as we speak. The creation of the city's first emergency response team, as well as a citizen emergency response team to assist when the city encounters power outages, floods, and any other emergency. The reopening of the pond in Central City Park with a brand new walking path for our residents to enjoy. The opening of the Mission to Mars play structure at Tatton Park, which was a finalist for the coveted Michigan Municipal League's Community Excellence Award. The acceleration of the commercial revitalization program to demolish long blighted properties and encourage new developments at those sites. The creation of an amazing public green space and catalyst for redevelopment in the annex at Nankin, located right next to the Westland Shopping Center and slated to open in the spring of 2024. The addition of more pickleball courts and a brand new dog park as well to our existing park amenities. If that wasn't enough, City Council recently approved my $1.25 million proposal to enhance the amenities to 9 additional parks in all areas of our cities in 2024. These one-time dollars will be used for transformational improvements throughout the city, including new play structures and amenities. All of these achievements took a lot of hard work, a talented team, and a great working relationship with the City Council to achieve. I believe bright futures start with bold actions, and these projects are just a few of those bold actions that will deliver a brighter future for Westland. I know the citizens of Westland want, expect, and deserve results from their mayor, and I hope I've been able to deliver on those expectations. I know there is more work to be done, and I'm ready to do more. If you rehire me as your mayor, I will work to continue the transformation of the Westland Shopping Center area into a city center that will give the city a downtown that it has always needed. We have had multiple discussions with Namdar Realty, the owners of the Westland Shopping Center, and believe we have finally turned the corner on game-changing redevelopment opportunities that will set our city up for tremendous growth opportunities that our residents and local business owners deserve. Now, I'd like to take a few minutes to address the disgusting campaign strategy from my opponent and his supporters. He was sent away 6 years ago to Lansing to be a professional politician, where he's picked up on these buzzwords, scare tactics, and dirty politics. He's saying a lot of things, so let me just give you a few examples. First, he said I took a 25% raise. This is simply not true. You at home know it's not true. The mayor cannot give himself a raise, nor have I. Maybe in Lansing that's what they do. However, in Westland, we live within our means. My opponent is also trying an old, tired scare tactic by telling residents that my administration will raise taxes. First, that's not true. Raising taxes has never been discussed by my administration, period. And it won't be, and my opponent knows it. Secondly, any budgetary items fall to the City Council for consideration. During my time as mayor, City Council has not suggested raising taxes either. Third, the fact is that during his brief time in Lansing, my opponent has voted to raise taxes more than 100 times. It's quite easy to verify for yourself. Simply go to michiganvotes.com, enter his name, and also the keyword taxes. You'll then see the number of times he has voted to increase taxes on people within our community and our state is actually closer to 200 times. Our finances are in one of the best positions that they've been in as long as I can remember. Having a 3-year balanced budget is considered a municipal best practice, and we are very proud of this incredible achievement, which again shows my opponent clearly does not understand how local municipal government works. There is a reason my campaign has been endorsed by William R. Wild, Westland's longest-serving mayor, our city clerk, Richard LeBlanc, all of Wayne County's top officials, along with unanimous support from every employee union, including the city's police and firefighters. They all believe in the direction of our city, and they all believe our state representative should continue doing the work that voters voted for him to do in Lansing. If he's elected, we will have no representation in Lansing for nearly a year, which will ultimately hurt our city. Is that what you want? When residents ask me what the difference is between the two candidates for mayor, it couldn't be any clearer. I am the only candidate with CEO executive level managerial experience and a professional business background. I have been doing the job for nearly a year, gaining invaluable experience, setting us up for success for 2 more years of this term and beyond. We don't need to start over with the new administration. I'm told he answers that same question with, I have more political experience. Well, that's a bad answer. He's a professional politician. I'm a public servant. A politician works for themselves. A public servant is there working for everyone. You can learn more about my campaign at votelando.com. You can always call my office or email me. City Hall is open to address your concerns. I want to thank you for the tremendous honor of serving as Westland's 9th mayor, and I humbly ask for your continued support. God bless you.